and welcome. My name's Kathy A, and today I'm going to do a tag all about eyeshadows. It's the Eyeshadow Junkie tag, and I certainly am. I have had many eye palettes in my lifetime, and especially since I've been doing YouTube videos, I have tons and tons. So there's 10 questions to this tag, and if you stay tuned at the end, I have a very special announcement. First question. Your favorite drugstore line for eyeshadows? You know, I like bits and pieces from different ones, and since I usually go with cruelty-free, I do like Physicians Formula, I do like Wet n Wild, I do like some e.l.f., some NYX, and I especially like Sonia Kashuk. I think this is an extraordinary eyeshadow palette, and I think that this one is probably one of my favorites. Number 2, your favorite eyeshadow primer. There are two, and they are both drugstore. One is Fergie's Take on the Day. This is a Wet n Wild product, around $5. And the other one is the Milani eyeshadow primer. I think between the two of these, you got it covered. You don't need to go high-end. I have seen a lot of different high-ends that they're very pigmented and they look almost like a concealer going on your eyes. And what I noticed, especially the last couple of years when I've been getting a lot more eye wrinkles in this area, that when I use one of those really pigmented eyeshadow primers, it kind of cracks and shows the wrinkles more in my eyelids. So these do not. They're not highly pigmented in a colorway, but they're very, very good for holding the shadow on for a long day or in the heat or a special event. And they're very inexpensive, and I think they're both excellent choices. I couldn't pick one out of these two because I like them both equally. Question 3. The first ever eyeshadow purchase, and do you still use it? Well, I think all of us gals at Slumber Party when I was about 13 used to get those little Maybelline palettes that had several little squares in them of different pastel colors, and we use one color on the lid and all the way up. And no, I don't use that anymore, and I think they still make Maybelline palettes and they still have some of those colors probably, but Maybelline is no longer cruelty-free, so I will not be using it. Number 4, best drugstore eyeshadow dupe. This one you're going to thank me for. In the Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palette, this kind of bluish duochrome, I knew I had seen it before, and when I was shopping with Diana J, she was saying, oh, I've got to get Lounge, I've got to get Lounge. And I couldn't get Lounge because it's sold out just about everywhere. I couldn't get it to do a sample, but I would tell you that this, from the Comfort Zone, this duochrome looks exactly like Lounge. So I think that's a pretty good dupe. And also, while we're on the subject of Sonia Kashuk, this particular palette, the Ion Neutral number 2, this looks exactly like the Visart or Viseart palette, which is $80. This one, actually, buttery soft, silky shadows, absolutely a gorgeous palette. And I think Angie from Hot and Flashy did a side-by-side with this and the Viseart, and she liked this one better. And I think they're so close. I think there's only one color. There's like a bright orangey color in there in lieu of this more neutral one. This is a far more wearable palette, and it's a far more affordable palette. This is $20, and the Viseart is, I think, $80. Also, the Makeup Revolution Iconic palettes, of which I had an Iconic 3. I actually took that back. The Iconic 1, Iconic 2, and Iconic 3 from the Makeup Revolution, which you can purchase, I believe, through Ulta. They are just like the Urban Decay's Naked 1, Naked 2, and Naked 3. So I've heard people say that they are pretty well exact, and I think that's pretty cool. Number 5, the most underrated, what you hear about the least but love this, include singles and palettes. For singles, I never hear anybody talking about Jane Cosmetics, and some Walgreens carry Jane still, and Kohl's no longer is going to be carrying Jane, so everything that's in the Kohl's now is actually going to be just phased out. I believe that these are 2 of the finest single eyeshadows out there, and they're by Jane Cosmetics. It's a line that came out in the 90s. It was phased out, sold. It was bought by an entrepreneur, a lady who wanted to revamp it. She made it different formulations, and they sold mostly in some Walgreens and in Kohl's, and probably maybe some other stores in the South or whatever. But Jane Cosmetics is my favorite eyeshadow company. This one is called Willow, and this to me is one of the most perfect crease colors. It's a neutral color. It looks absolutely gorgeous on the lid. It lasts a long time. It's matte. It's wonderful. It's called Willow. So if you happen to go into a Kohl's and you see a Jane display, grab the Willow because I think it's my favorite. And Magnolia is the, it's like a beautiful base shade. I have it on today. This is a beautiful, beautiful color. It's a base shade. How about that hygiene? You know I'm going to spray this to death with my alcohol afterwards. This is Magnolia, and this is a beautiful light base shade. It is a matte color, and it is just like the perfect. I think these 2 are 2 of the most perfect. I could just go with these 2 and then a bunch of corner colors and be happy, because these are just gorgeous. And I never hear anybody talk about Jane. As far as palettes go, I never hear anybody talk about this from Buxom. And Buxom, their high-end line, they're known mostly for their lippies that plump up your lips, but their eyeshadows are outstanding. And what's cool about this one is that you can create your own. These are individual eyeshadows, and they just snap into place. Now that I've said that. They just snap into place. But you pick out, they have a whole array of different colors, and you pick out 6 colors that you want, and then you just snap them in. They snap in nicely, and then they just fit. You get this case. I think it's $42. You pick any 6 colors you want. And these are stunning colors, absolutely stunning. I never hear anybody talk about Buxom eyeshadows, and they are high quality, wonderful. I don't even think I talk about them, and I love them. I think it's just a section you don't normally wander in, especially for eyeshadows. It's like, well, they're kind of, aren't they just lip glosses, you know? But no, they have this, and they are cruelty free, so I really love Buxom eyeshadows. Okay, your favorite single eyeshadow. I'll have to go with the Willow. I think this is just my favorite all around Willow. Favorite cream eyeshadow. I had to think about this because I don't use cream eyeshadows, and I don't use potted cream eyeshadows because I think it's kind of gross to keep sticking your finger in it. So, or your brush actually. I don't like to do that. But I did get this. This is the Love of Color brand, which is Tarte's collaboration with, was it Ipsy she did this with? This is Night Owl, and it's a gorgeous, gorgeous color. I'm just going to put this right here. And what you can do is you can use it as a beautiful corner eye color, or you can line your eyes with it, and it sets up and it stays there forever. This will be on my hand tomorrow at work, thank you. This is something that you can get through Ipsy. I believe you can still get the individuals, and this is called Night Owl, but this is my favorite cream shadow. I think my cream shadows will have to come from crayons, because I'm just not a stick your finger in a pot and put it on kind of person. favorite neutral shadow. This thing came in a Lorac Pro kit, was real life to red carpet kit, and it had a mascara and a blush and a lip gloss, and it had this eyeshadow palette, and I have kept it all this time, probably past expiration. To me, this is the perfect combination of 3 colors you can use on your eyes. This is the perfect base, the perfect matte, and then the perfect corner color. This is just a gorgeous, gorgeous little trio of colors, and whenever I travel, I only take this. This is the only one I take with me because it's small, it's easy, it only comes in that kit. And these colors, you can find these colors in the Lorac Pro 2, the gray colored Lorac Pro, you can find them in there. But they don't sell this singly on its own. They do have a trio, but it's got different colors in it. And this, I just love this. It's wonderful. The colors are beige, light brown, and espresso. That's my favorite neutral. Favorite colored eyeshadow, wow. It would have to be one of my Buxoms, and I think that probably, gosh, any one of these, but I think this blue is probably one of my favorites. Let me just stick it on there. Best eyeshadow palette ever. It hasn't come out yet. You know, I'm gonna have to say this one, and it's not made anymore, and it was only last Christmas that this came out, and in fact, I'll be talking about this later. This is the On the Rocks palette from Smashbox. I've never seen a palette that had such silky, beautiful colors and such an assortment of colors in one palette. So usable for daily use, so gorgeous. I mean, absolutely some gorgeous colors here. Beautiful browns. The pigmentation is unbelievable. And let's see if I have a free finger here. But I mean, it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous palette. You can get it on eBay and Amazon now. It runs around $39 or so. They're not making it anymore at Smashbox. It was last year's Christmas palette, and it won my last year's palette of the year because I just love it. I mean, it has every color that you would need for your eye look, for basic, neutral, or for really cool, like dress up. Second to that, probably, I think, probably the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. I think that this is something that you really can't deny, that has so many very doable colors, very workable, really, really gorgeous. You have dress-up colors, you have neutrals. It's a good basic palette. It smells like chocolate. It's cruelty-free. What else do you want? I mean, this is just a gorgeous, gorgeous palette. Third runner-up would be the Shade and Light from Kat Von D. I think this, because it is done in quadrants, you have a warm, a cool, and a neutral quadrant. These are so well planned out and so well thought out. I always can make a basic eye look from this, and you can use it as your bare bones eye and then add colors to make it more exciting. I think it's a gorgeous palette, and it's got great transition color, it's got great crease colors. There's lots of dents in here. So that is my tag on the eyeshadow junkies. So, I'm going to have to say it. I have made it to 5,000. This is why I have this here, because I'm just like, I've made it to 5,000. I'm so excited. Thank you so much, all of you who have helped me reach that goal, and each one of you is a person. It's not like a number, it's each one of you is a person. And I know not 5,000 people watch my videos all at once, But now and then, you know, people may pass through and watch my videos, and it's just an awesome thought that you are out there. I am going to be doing a giveaway, and I'm going to have 3 winners for the giveaway, international or US, I don't care where you live. Because of, you know, cleaning everything and making sure everything's hygienically sound, these products are all things that I've swatched or things that I used only a little bit. Some of them are brand new. I have a lot of sealed samples. I have a lot of products that I got and I didn't even open them because they're not cruelty free. I just knew I'd put them in the giveaway. So just to give you an idea, the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette is going. The Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette is going. Shade and Light Contour palette is going. Lorac Pro Contour palette is going. Too Faced Stardust palette is going. Too Faced Matte Eye is going. Tarte Rainforest palette is going. The Becca Afterglow palette is going. This is almost new. Kevin Aquan, this is Candlelight, is going. Kat Von D, this is the Ladybird palette. It is no longer being made, so it's going to go. And there'll probably be a lot of other oddball things, like this is from Pixie. This was not used. This was just, I just bought it because it was on sale for an incredible price. There's going to be a lot of other oddball items and samples and things. I'm going to make 3 groupings. Okay, so what do I need you to do in order to be entered for this? Well, you need to be subscribed to me, and I would like you to comment below. I'd love it if you could thumbs up too, but I mean, if you can comment below, what brand of cosmetics do you want me to do a special tutorial, docutorial on? You know, those kind of shows I do where I tell you the whole history of a brand and then I use the makeup and work it out. I want to know from you who you think I should do next. I don't want you to bring up one that I've done before, so try to look at the list and see what I've done before. So, I mean, if you're really curious, maybe you should watch that one. So, I've done probably about 50 of them. So, anyway, I hope everybody's having a wonderful holiday week, and we're busy at work. I don't have the week off, so it's kind of busy. And I'll be gathering everything. Everything will be spotless, and actually I'm going to Sharpie marker some dates on the back of the palettes and things so you know when it's expired. You know I have to do that. Practice what you preach, you know. So, everybody have a wonderful week. Have a beautiful day. Take care. Toodles.